close to Bologna. We're also very close to the start of the first session on a very sunny circuit. And John, I'm happy to say it's very warm. It looked overcast and cold this morning, but the weather, well, it's clear, dry, and about 27 degrees. That 1:41 from Carl Wendlinger. So far the fastest time, that was on his first lap, and now at 25.584. Heinz-Harald Frentzen is currently the fastest driver on the circuit, a 1:24.013, and that's a time that would have put him 6th fastest this morning. And that's only his 9th lap of the day, John. Run down where Damon Hill this morning ended up in the gravel.
Well, I've got a feeling this is one of those laps that Senna, over many years, has just managed to drag out of a car. And this is, in my view, Senna at his most committed and most serious. And we have to wait a few more seconds now as he exits onto the start-finish straight. Well, 22.4 is 0.8 of a second slower than he achieved this morning, but it is his first flying and timed lap.
And it's good enough for provisional pole so far. So Ayrton Senna, a 1:22.430. Then it's Michael Schumacher on a 1:12, and there's a very big shunt.
Rubens Barrichello goes off at the Variante Bassa. Teammate Eddie Irvine describes how Rubens caught the tire-wall to the anxious Jordan team.
I think he just caught the very top of it, the last maybe row or something, you know, the last one, and then that's what threw him a bit.
Doing things with that car and throwing it around a bit. Yeah.
I'm very happy to have in my commentary booth Rubens Barrichello. Rubens, how are you?
Yeah, I'm still feeling great. I had a scare moment yesterday, but the good thing is that I don't remember when I went to crash on the barrel. I can remember exactly where I was before it, and I was taking care about the car was going sideways, but then I pressed the brakes, and then I can't remember anything. I just remember afterwards in the medical center when Senna was alongside me and saw Geraldo, and you see something going on, but it's okay really. I feel good now. I feel good to be alive and to be here really. And just I wanted to drive today, so I go to Monaco for sure.
Yesterday did not record a lap. He is 28th and a definite non-qualifier. Paul Bamondo's the man who is the first driver not taking part tomorrow, and the last qualifier is Bertrand Gachot. Ratzenberger 25th, Beretta 24th, and David Brabham is 23rd. 22.113. The time on your screen is the time Gerhard Berger did yesterday. While we get Johnny Herbert, Christian Fittipaldi and JJ Leto all out on the circuit as well. And 2/10 away from Senna's best, and that jump is closer than Gerhard Berger has ever been.
Carbon fibre and bonded together with glues, but that's very simplistic. Yet they're incredibly strong. Why or how are they so strong?
Well, it's the structure in itself. It's quite complex, but it basically absorbs the energy so well. You don't get a real appreciation of how fast they're coming through that chicane on the TV. They carry a lot of speed.
And Ratzenberger's had a heavy shunt indeed. was very quickly indeed, and I suspect that's the same part of it. This is coming down the straight through the... On to the left-hand side of the track, that is flat out, 190 miles an hour. We can see now, as Ratzenberger comes down through the Villeneuve curve. Oh, and something on the back of the car. Here again we saw, now watch, there's something flies up. As the car goes out of picture, something then flies up to the top hand, right-hand side of your screen. Well, there it is. You see just midway on the right-hand side of the screen, blue with white, and that is some part of the bodywork.
Ladies and gentlemen, the San Marino Grand Prix organiser has received a report from the Maggiore Hospital in Bologna that the driver of car number 32, NTV Simtek Ford, Roland Ratzenberger, succumbed to injuries sustained in the accident which took place at Imola Circuit during Saturday qualifying practice, April the 30th.
Gerhard Berger, an Austrian countryman of Roland Ratzenberger, has just issued a very moving statement to the media in the press centre, the gist of which is I had to decide not whether I was going out to complete practice this afternoon, but whether I was going to race tomorrow. I think that if I did not race tomorrow, it wouldn't help Roland, so I am going to race. I suspect, believe and hope that the other drivers will adopt a similar attitude.
It's Ayrton Senna on the right of your screen. It is Michael Schumacher on the left, and it is going to be 61 laps around a very warm Imola circuit. The red light will go on any second now. There it is, and it's go! And a reasonable start. Oh, someone told it. It's JJ Leto who stole his car, and someone run into it.
Again, more problems for this San Marino Grand Prix. JJ Leto out of his car, completely unhurt. Pedro Lamy out of his car, completely unhurt. The yellow flag is out all around the circuit. Senna did keep the lead. The safety car is on the circuit, and this is going to be a number of laps before both those cars and the debris around the circuit can be cleared up.
Well, the race is underway again, and Ayrton Senna is leading Michael Schumacher. Then it's Gerhard Berger, and after Berger, it's a very big gap to 16 laps from now. We're on lap 6 out of 61, and basically all the laps so far have been behind the safety car.
Well, here onto the start of the straight where Senna's got the advantage. He's got more horsepower. He's going to use it. He's going to try and get his way down through San Marino. This is the long flat out left-hand corner, 190 miles an hour. Senna's in trouble. Senna's gone off on the outside. Something went dramatically wrong on the second flying lap of this Grand Prix, and once again drama at the San Marino Grand Prix. That was a very heavy shunt. We're saying 190 miles an hour. That was the speed at which Senna's car, and this again a very serious situation.
We are waiting for Sid Watkins to arrive, Professor Watkins to arrive on the scene of the accident, and this race will be stopped. Ayrton Senna in his car, and he is moving his head. I wouldn't be surprised if Ayrton will just wait for Professor Watkins, and the prof can see whether anything's wrong with it.
Well, we don't know the circumstances of Senna's accident at this point. Let's watch it again. Here you see Senna coming through the corner already. The car is just going off the racetrack now. Impossible, and that impact, again, a massive impact. We've seen this happen 3 times at this San Marino Grand Prix this weekend. First with Rubens Barrichello, second tragically for Roland Ratzenberger, and now Ayrton Senna hits the wall virtually. Really, I've never been to a Grand Prix as a competitor or in a role as a commentator where I've seen so much. I don't know, I'm just running a loss of words. And this really most sad and dramatic weekend for Formula One. Well, we've seen three, absolutely awful accidents this weekend.
再びこちらに帰ってまいりました。ここで皆さんに非常に残念なニュースをお伝えしなくてはいけません。なんとか最後の力を振り絞ってほしいと思っていたアイルトン・セナですが、先ほど亡くなったというニュースが入ってまいりました。どういうふうに伝えていいかわからないですよね。そうですね。
Good evening. If you've tuned in tonight expecting the outstanding race that the San Marino Grand Prix here at Imola promised to be, then I'm sorry, that's not the programme we have for you. Instead, the sport of Formula One tonight is in deep mourning. Yesterday we had the loss of Roland Ratzenberger, the first Formula One racing fatality for 12 years. And today we've lost, arguably, the greatest talent of his generation. After a high-speed crash at Tamburello, Ayrton Senna is dead.
非常に我々もこういうニュースを伝えるのは辛いんですが、皆さん、もうセナなくして今の日本のこの F1 この人気はなかったんじゃないかというそんな気もするんですが。そうですね。今日が161戦目だったわけです。
It was a great race today for us, and we're lucky to win it. I want to send our thoughts and prayers to the family of Ayrton Senna and all his fans. He was a great racer, and it's a shame to see him go like he did.
河合さん自身は本当にセナとの付き合いは長くて、いろんな話をされてきたと思いますが。
今日もパドックで一言二言声かけたんですけどね。僕はどちらかというと、彼がね今まで見せてくれたね走りね我々に見せてくれた素晴らしいものにね感謝して。
事故の後、セナはかなりナーバスになってましたよね。
そうですよね。彼の顔色を見ていて、今週末なんかコックピット潜り込むのをちょっとためらったようなね表情も見せたんですけどね、グリッド上でね。でもね彼がねだから選んで走ったわけですけど、結果的にはこういう結果になってしまったんですけど。
You should know that by being a racing driver, you are under risk all the time. By being a racing driver means you are racing with other people. And if you no longer go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver. Because we are competing to win. And the main motivation to all of us is to compete for a victory.